Hello again, everybody. Zacatecas is here with my Atakline for this Monday, June 26th, 2017. Hope everyone had a nice weekend. I did a couple DJ gigs. First, before I get to that, I have not made a Atakline in a bit. I'm making more wrestling stuff, but now I'm making an Atakline, so yay! So my 3 gigs this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 back-to-back grad parties. I was off for 2 weeks. It's unusual for me to be off in June. A couple gigs fell through, so I was off. From June 9th all the way to June 23rd. 3 back-to-back grad parties, as I just mentioned. They all were different. First was a Friday grad party. Usually everyone asks me for Saturdays, but this is the only one I'm doing on a Friday this year, which is for a girl named Jennifer. There was also a co-ed party with her neighbor Matt, who they went to the same school, Lance Cruz North. But people from Romeo know me. That asked me to do this, like relatives from the people that did Jennifer's party. They had relatives who live in Romeo that I DJ for a lot, so that's what I did. And weather was pretty good for that one, and it was like the most fun grad party of the weekend when it comes to like amount of dancing and stuff. Because they danced a lot during the nighttime. That's when we got there. You know, Cha Cha Cupid, all the line dances worked, and then a couple new songs worked. Like Bruno Mars, anything Bruno. Red, there's 24 Karat. Uptown, oh, that's what I like. And of course, JT. Even without me, did pretty good as we ended the night. Despacito was probably most popular. Now I'm starting to get requests for that one. You know, it is rating at #1. I'll get to that when I get to the Billboard #1s. And I get to premiere a new DVD I just got. I'll get a little bit about this in a minute. A little more detail. So I got to premiere that, and I got to play it again on Saturday for my second grad party for a guy named Louie, who I know relatives from as well. Because he's got a unique last name. There's a lot of them in the neighborhood. So it's also people I knew from high school at his parties. It's kind of interesting. I like his theme, though. Carnival theme. They even had deep-fried stuff. Deep-fried chocolate balls, deep-fried Twinkies, and Oreos. And basically, it felt like a carnival minus the rides. That's what it felt like, the theme. And it was more laid back than the Friday night one. Friday night was just a party. You know, these people that did Friday shows, they party a lot. You know, we party until midnight, or at least till the cops come. It was still midnight cops, and they come to this one. But Saturday's crowd was more laid back. They like more classic rock, and it was less kids, less teenagers than at the Friday night shows. We didn't play a lot of newer stuff. Mostly classic rock dominated. A lot of requests for like Zeppelin, CCR, Queen, Seeger. Made sense because my friend Rachel Tom, who's a relative of these people, she and I went to Bob Seger. Well, we didn't go together. We bumped into each other, Bob Seger, which makes kind of sense. We're family Seger fans. So that was a little bit fun. Then yesterday, did another grad party for a girl named Courtney. I've done her 2 sisters' parties, and it was her turn. And it was a Sunday one. The only Sunday grad party I'm doing this year. Because like I said, everyone asks for mostly Saturdays. So, not a lot of people do it on Fridays or Sundays. Only select few would do it, including this family. And it was like the most laid back of the entire weekend, which was much needed after 2 days. You know, we partied till midnight, both Friday and Saturday. And this one only went till 6 yesterday. Because it was a Sunday, and people don't want to party on a Sunday because it's Sunday. So, you knew a more country crowd than the others. So it's still a fun weekend with 3 great gigs. You know, best one was Friday because it was more lively. I did like Saturday because it's a vibe. And of course, Sunday was just lingering day because it's like the last day of the weekend. It's been a long one for me. So got 2 gigs this upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday. A wedding on Friday at Shelby Gardens for a girl named Colleen, nice couple, with her and a husband-to-be. Then a grad party on Saturday at a hall. The next 2 Saturdays, July 1st and 8th, grad parties at halls. Usually grad parties are at houses. These are only 2 I'm DJing at halls, like VFW halls. So, see how they go. A lot different. I like house parties. But halls, the hall ones that I've done grad parties at the halls, been hit and miss. Some have been good, some like, see what happens with these 2. Let's get on with the entertainment news with your #1s. Well, last week was Wonder Woman, but another franchise hits the #1 spot this week, and that's Transformers. More than meets the eye. The 5th and probably final one, especially after it's debuted at 44 million a franchise low. I think everyone's sick of the reboots, especially Transformer movies, which are usually sucky. Well, that's the 3-day total. The movie came out on Wednesday. Its 5-day total was 68 million. Still a low for the franchise. And now it's got to break even when it goes overseas. Now a lot of big movies came out, despite a couple of limited releases, including The Big Sick, a movie written by Kumail Nanjiani, comedian, and his wife, Emily, I forget her last name. They wrote the movie and they're in it. See how they do when they go. I think they're going nationwide soon. So with not much competition, Transformers waned. This week, they do have big competition. A whole movie, The House. Not a whole movie. The comedy, The House. But it's probably going to lose to The Minions and Despicable Me 3. That's probably going to be a big release for this upcoming weekend. Then, of course, we have your Billboard number ones. With Lord Melodrama debuting at number 1. Lord's first number 1 album. Despite the fact that Greenlight didn't go number 1 like Royals did, Young went to number 1. Of course, she announced her tour last week, including a stop at the LCA, the Little Caesars Arena. They're getting a lot of big shows for the first couple months of their opening. And Lord is very ecstatic about this, releasing a statement through Twitter, being psyched by the number 1 debut. Saying that her younger self never imagined being able to create a massive, unique album like her current release. That her 15-year-old me would be fucking proud. And she always thought that that pop albums to be successful, they had to be still and calculated and crap. Well, that's not Lord's intentions. Some of the tweets tweeted out. You guys, today we have the number 1 album in America. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Royals was, to quote David Chase, a moonshot, a dreadnought. There was no such guarantees with Melodrama. Thinking, hey, you had a big hit with Royals, let's see how you follow it up after like 3 or 4 years around. That's why this means so much. So she was tweeting out a lot. So congrats to the Lord. Big win for her. We'll see if she'll probably lose to Purple Rain. We'll see if this counts as an album to debut at number 1 the charts next week. The Purple Rain reissue that came out this past Friday. But your new number 1 album is Lord, but still, damn it, still number 1. 7th week in a row for Despacito. The front runner for Song of the Summer, because there's nothing else good right now. Later number 1 for 7th week was the remix of the hit song from Daddy Yankee and Luis Fonsi with Bieber. Well, Wild Thoughts, a new song from Kevin Harris with DJ Khaled with Rihanna and Bryson Tiller lands at number 4. I heard it, it's okay. So, congrats to your new number 1 Lord, and you still number 1 Despacito. And the album I feel may be number 1 if it counts. Purple Rain reissue, the only major release that came out last week, besides the Imagine Dragons album involved, which may be a big contender, but this is a big contender in my mind. Purple Rain was number 4 on iTunes when it came out this past Friday. Very anticipated reissue. We thought it would never come out. This is the deluxe remaster. The 4-disc. There's a 2-disc edition and a 4-disc edition. This is what I wanted because it came with the live DVD. Finally getting a DVD release of the classic 1985 concert from Syracuse. I used to rent that as a kid at the video stores. To finally own it, the 10-year-old me is like, screaming. Professional me's happy because I got a badass Prince live DVD at last. Because it's remastered to hell. To the best of its ability. But there's nothing that a lot of people are talking about. More people are talking about the unreleased stuff. Because I heard a bootleg of Wonderful Ass throughout the years. And it's an awesome song. Like a fun little song. To finally hear it in a clear version is amazing. But people are talking about finally being able to get the full 12-minute version of Computer Blue, Electric Intercourse in a studio version, and Weekend Funk. Sexy as hell. Man, that's probably one of my favorites on the album, the unreleased stuff. And Dance Electric's pretty good, and Love and Sex is good too. Some of my favorites from that second disc. Like Velvet Kitty Cat and Kid Penis Paper Dolls, like Enemy. Because there was some that were pre-released, like Our Destiny Roadhouse Garden was released as digital release before it came on film. And same with the Electric Eel, of course. It was like the first major release from this to signal, hey, it's finally coming out. It's amazing. Here's the packaging. You know, the 4-disc. The booklet's pretty cool. Got liner notes from the Revolution. These 3 will never be touched. I got the MP3s for 3. Thank you, Amazon. Yeah. Except you ordered it from Amazon. And there's the DVD. I'll show you a little DVD. Here's the DVD. All the CDs have like the eyes from the Wind Dove Squad video, but the eyes are different colors. So, great package. If you haven't gotten it yet and you're a Prince fan, effing get it. But buy it online. If you want the 4-disc edition, get it online. Because you're not going to get the 4-disc in stores. That's why I get it online. Because they usually don't have the versions I want in the stores. They're always like, it's always like, oh, I want a music DVD. But in the stores, you only have the Blu-ray version. Or in this case, or you want the 4-disc version or the 2-disc version is the only ones in stores. So I went to Target today. And they only had the 2-disc version. So if you want the 2-disc version that has just the remastered album and the unreleased stuff, get it in the stores. But if you want the 4-disc like I did with live DVD and the 3rd disc of B-sides and extended versions, a lot of people aren't too thrilled that it didn't include the extended version of 17 Days, but it did have the 8-minute version of Erotic City. So, give it. So, there you go. Awesome. We mastering, by the way. This too. So, now, speaking of nostalgia, the news that a lot of Nintendo fans were hoping to hear since the success of the NES Classic, that there was going to be a SNES Classic. This past Christmas, one of the most highly demanded toys was the NES Classic Mini, a game system prepackaged with 30 classic games from Nintendo's golden era of the late 80s. You know, Super Mario, they didn't include Duck Hunt, except for that, and, you know, Punch Out, a few others. But a lot of people weren't too thrilled about the supply they had. Not a lot was made of Nintendo NES, and a lot of people were pulling their hair out, buying it from eBay for more than retail price. And of course, we're more madder than a hair when they discontinued distributing it in late April, which led speculations about the release of the SNES Classic. And today, it's officially unveiled that there will be a Super NES Classic Mini coming out on September the 29th. It'll be $80. It'll include less games than the NES Classic. I think NES Classic had 30 games. There's only 21 games in this, but all classics include Donkey Kong Country, Contra 3, Final Fantasy 3, Super Castlevania, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Super Punch Out, Yoshi's Island, Starfox, and also as a bonus, the long unreleased Starfox 2 that was supposed to be released on SNES but never came out. They said you had to beat the first level of Starfox to get Starfox 2. There's also Street Fighter 2. And Nintendo's making up for the mistakes they made on the SNES, for the SNES Classic that they did on the NES Classic, learning from their mistakes. Sorta. First, one of the biggest nags besides distribution in demand was longer cords. The cord for the controller was shorter than a dick, really. They said it would be a longer cord, but not as long. Instead of a 2-foot cord, it's a 5-foot cord. And they're also going to have 2 controllers in the box, not 1. So, like, it's a little longer wire. Not as long as the other, not as long as it should be, but hey, at least they're making it longer. And including 2 controllers, it'd probably be like third-party wireless controls, all that shit, like what happened with the NES Classic. But like I said, the biggest mistake Nintendo made besides the short wire was the demand and supply not meeting in the middle. They're saying that they're going to make a few more SNES Classics than the NES Classic, but with a catch. They released a statement saying that at this time, we have nothing to announce regarding any possible shipments beyond this year. Basically, from September to the end of this year, they'll be supplying more NES Classics because they want to focus more on their current releases, including, of course, the Nintendo Switch that just came out this past March, the newest console. You know, they want to put a lot of effort into those activities, so that's why they don't supply that much when it comes to the classic systems. But at least a lot of fans that do want SNES will have a lot more chances than with the NES Classic. But they're probably going to do pre-orders a lot soon. I don't think pre-orders are available, but they probably will be soon. You know, pre-orders available on like all the major gaming sites. So I used to be a gamer. You know, I'm now mobile gaming on my phone. So, but if I was to come back, I would do this maybe. So there you go. The Super NES Classic coming out this September, which will be on every gamer's Christmas list. And with that being said, y'all been attacked by the news from Zach. I'm not done with the BET Awards. I didn't watch it because they make stupid jokes and probably anti-Trump. Anyway, thank you again for watching. See y'all later. Bye-bye.